Okay, you ready for this?
Yeah.
Under the sea. Oh, we're not under the sea anymore. Oh my gosh. This is the fastest jet ski I have ever seen. Oh my gosh. Oh, we're about to hit the mountain. Oh. Whee! Hey guys, Operator Drewski here, and today we're going to be going over how to make missions like I do. A lot of people always ask us, what mission were you playing on this Milsim operation? What mission were you playing on this one? How'd you make that mission? How'd you do this? A lot of people wonder how or where our missions are located, and it's kind of a weird answer because they aren't really located anywhere. They're made on the spot, but they're made with some template missions, and I do want to show you guys a quick tutorial about how to make a mission. I'm going to be doing exactly what I do to make those missions, as well as how to Zeus within the missions, how to use MCC to your advantage and stuff like that. That's really cool about the MCC mod and what you can just do overall in ARMA 3 and its editor and its Zeus capabilities. So first thing we're going to do is go up to multiplayer. We're going to go to server browser. We're going to click host server. We're just going to host a LAN server because we don't really care if anybody else joins. And then from here, we're going to go into, let's say, Altus, just because this is going to be a mission that I'm probably going to make available in the description of this video once I'm done with it. So pretty much we'll have it load up here. It's a good thing to have an SSD so that this loads up very quickly. That loaded up in about, I don't know, 15 seconds maybe. So we're going to increase our view distance here to be able to see areas, and we're going to pick a starting point. We pretty much have to pick a starting point. What I like to do is not really pick the center of the map, because I like to do like full map sieges and stuff like that, so you can start at one part of the map, you can siege some areas, and then you go into the rest of the map, so you can have multiple operations on one map, and your base isn't really located in a spot where you'll be in the middle of a map or in an important objective that would be fun to take over. So you don't really want to put your base in an area that is fun to take over. You kind of want to put it in a boring spot. Let's say like way over here in this little grassy field area, we're going to put a base. We're going to make a little forward operating base. So we're going to place some guys down first. And pretty much I just have riflemen as everybody. So we're going to place down one rifleman. We're going to wait until it loads, because it usually just has to load some things while you put the first guy down. The second and third and fourth guys, it doesn't really matter. But the first time you get a good lag spike. Okay, so we're going to double click on this guy. We're going to make sure that he is player and playable. Now, if I clicked play scenario right now, I actually play as this guy right here, but you need to make sure that if you want to play as him, you have at least playable checked in. So you don't even have to have player. You can just have playable checked, and you'll be able to play as him. That's honestly all you need to really do for this guy. Now, once we have playable and not player checked, we're going to copy and paste him. So we're going to click on him, we're going to go left control C, then we're going to go left control V, and we're going to paste him. Now I'm just going to highlight these two guys just to make it a little bit easier, and then just continue to copy and paste them. And once I got a good bit of them, I'm just going to go like this, move them like that, and then copy and paste it like this. So this makes, I don't know, what is this, 8 by 4? So that makes about a 32 player mission right there. So again, with these 32 guys on the ground, that allows 32 people to get into this server and slot up pretty much. So if you want a 64 slot server, then you're going to want to multiply this times 2. You're going to add 64 more guys, and these guys won't appear whenever the mission actually starts. These are just spawn points. I'll show you how to make them not appear on the start whenever you launch the game. But here is just a pretty unorganized mess of guys. We're just going to put them all in one spot so that they spawn in the I guess same-ish area. And that's pretty much all you really need to do, as well as set up your respawn system. So one thing we're going to do is go to systems, we're going to go to multiplayer, we're going to go respawn position, and we're just going to select a respawn position right here. Now, this isn't the only respawn position we're going to make in the mission, and I'll show you how that is later on, but we're going to make sure that we have side as blue 4. It is default at leading side, which you don't really want. You want it to be blue 4. So we're going to go blue 4, and that is our respawn point. Now, how do we really respawn there? You're going to go to attributes, you're going to go to multiplayer, then you're going to go to respawn. You're going to go respawn on custom position. This will have you respawn on this respawn position here. So you want to make sure that you have this all perfect. So you're going to want to copy everything that I do here. You're going to want to go select respawn position, And I think that should be fine. Respawn delay, don't really have it 0 seconds. I usually have it around like 5 to 10, just because that gives you some time to kind of think, oh, I'm dead. Because if you die and then you instantly respawn, it's kind of confusing sometimes. So you do want to kind of a timer to be on there. You can also have a revive system, and I do like to have this a lot because it is very, very nice. There are custom revive systems for some mods, but I really do like the vanilla one because it's just simple and it works with every single mod out there. So make sure that it's enabled for all players. Make sure the required trait is at none. Required items, honestly, just this is a basic mission, so we're just going to do a first aid kit and med kit. So that means that to revive somebody, you either have to have one of these items. You can also have the first aid kit consumed on the revive, so if someone revives you, then their first aid kit is consumed in that revive. Revive duration, you can put that in as long as you want. I usually have it at 10 seconds, and then you can have the medics if you set any medics up. This is a little bit more advanced, so we're not really going to do this. You can actually multiply the speed at which medics revive you, because that makes medics more important. Forced respawn can be 3 seconds. Bleed out duration, put it around 3 minutes, just because that's a little bit harder if it's around 20 seconds or something. And that's pretty much it. That is honestly pretty simple, and that's as simple as it gets. So we're just going to build a little fob around this. I think I already have some pre-made fobs. I have a small fob here. Oh wait, no, that's not is that a small fob? Oh yeah, it is. So we're going to get this one. We're going to cut out all this stuff because we don't really need it. And we're just going to make this a spawn point. It's kind of nice to have the spawn point kind of protected so that vehicles can't drive into it. If you're playing on a public server especially, you'll have a lot of people that are just going to come in and want to run like other people over. So you want to make sure that vehicles are separate from the spawn point and separate from the spot that people are going to be choosing, the loadouts. So this is a pretty basic place. I'll just show you how to spawn these things in by itself. You can go to Structures, Altus, you can go to Military, and there's all of these different structures in here that you can choose from. You can actually get like buildings in here as well. You can pretty much move them around whatever you want. By the way, for anybody that wants to know how to use a 3D editor, holding Shift while clicking allows you to spin an object. Holding Alt will allow you to move its height up and down, and then you can just do other stuff with it. It's pretty basic, pretty self-explanatory. We're gonna lift everything and then drop it back down. Lift the thing here, drop it back down. Just make sure that everything is on the ground like normal. I think everything's on the ground. So we should be good to go. I'm going to remove some of the clutter, and we should be good to go. Now, if you test this out by yourself, the revive won't work because the game knows that nobody else is there to revive you, so it won't even use the revive at first. But that is basically how to set up a quick, easy revive system. Now, once we actually go and play this scenario in multiplayer, I'll show you guys a really cool thing about it. Is that here's the 64 slots again. So there's 64 slots here. As you can see, it goes all the way down. You can enable AI or you can disable it. So as you see, when we have it enabled, you see the 1 out of 64 slots. But when you disable it, it's just 1 out of 1 because it's only you in here now, and it's nobody else. So we're going to click OK. And we are almost loaded in. And we are loaded in. And this is an extremely small mission size just because all it is some guys that are placed down, and that's pretty much it. So once the respawn starts, we click respawn and we're in the game. Now, this is pretty cool what I'm going to show you next. This is the MCC mod. This is going to help us out a lot when we make missions. So you're going to scroll to the MCC mod. Again, this is available on Steam Workshop, Armaholic, and a lot of other sites, to be honest. You can click on the MCC and you're going to log in. You can also adjust your view distance and your grass in multiplayer, by the way, which is something that you can't really do default. You're going to click the login button, and therefore we are logged in as the mission maker of this mission. You can actually do mission generators, which is really cool. This is a really easy way to just make some missions. But if you don't really want to do that, you can also be a Zeus. You can access your arsenal, a personal arsenal here, but we're going to pretty much use the MCC to create an arsenal for, sorry, I just changed channels, for our friends to use. So we're going to spawn an ammo box. So we're going to scroll down to wherever ammo boxes are. I honestly think they're here. Yep. We're going to spawn down to the ammo boxes. We're going to spawn an ammo box like a, let's say, let's see what's in here. A cargo net. Let's spawn a cargo net. So we're going to spawn a cargo net in NATO. We're going to clear it out of all its inventory. And then we're going to double click on it. We're going to go to pickable object. We're going to do this little drop down, and we're going to click virtual arsenal BIS. So we're going to add that. We're going to add that preset by clicking the add preset button, and then we're going to click OK. Now this adds an arsenal. Now another useful thing is the respawn on start mechanic of a VAS, which is a different type of arsenal. This is a like third-party made arsenal instead of the Bohemian Reactive arsenal. So we're going to add a VAS, and then we're going to click Add Preset. We're going to bring that over as well. So we have two different boxes here. We have an arsenal, and we have a virtual ammo box. So here you can click Arsenal. Anyone can come up to this and click Arsenal, and they can edit their loadout. So if one of your guys wants to be a sniper, even though they picked the rifleman loadout at first, they can now customize their loadout whatever way they want it. So you know, you can have a tropic thing with I don't know. Let's try to get a cool loadout going or something. Get it full ghillie in here. Yeah, perfect. We're going to do this on Altus. Great idea. But as you can see, you know, I can make a pretty quick loadout for a sniper really easily. Now, if I want this loadout to respawn, or whenever I respawn, I want it to still be here, you can actually go over to this virtual ammo box. You can click Save Gear. You can save this as something. So I want to save this as, you know, Sniper 11. So I'm going to save that in Sniper 11 slot. Go over to Load Gear. You're going to click on Sniper 11, you're going to click Load on Respawn. This will make it where if you die, which I'm going to die right now, if you die, whenever you respawn, you're going to be able to pretty much have the same loadout whenever you respawn. So as you can see, I loaded the same loadout. If I pull my gun out, I'm going to have the same sniper rifle, same ghillie suit on, and all that stuff. Now we're going to talk about some basic Zeusing, what I do in missions to help out myself a lot. Now, I'm going to show you what you can do with the Ares mod. So, first, we're going to place down a unit. So, we already placed down a little assistant, like Rocketeer, or I don't know what this is, like Missile Specialist. So, once we place this guy down and we want to kind of have him do some pretty intelligent things by himself, we can actually go to AI Behaviors in our module section, which is part of the Ares mod. And we can actually click Garrison Building Instant. He'll instantly transfer into a defensive position inside of a building. Now, as you can see, he's at this doorway kind of looking out. If I spawn lots of different guys all over the area, if I spawn them here, then they will actually, if I start garrisoning them, they will actually kind of teleport into the building. So I don't actually have to manually place them. And it's kind of randomized, so it's a little bit more, I guess, balanced for you to, as a Zeus, make sure that it's kind of randomized. So as you can see, some of the guys will be in this building right here, kind of like trying to look out a window crack or something. This guy over here will be looking out that window there. So it's kind of intelligent locations where they sit. They try to focus on looking out doors and windows or sitting at the corners of objects if there's not really any buildings around. It's pretty nice. Now, that is a pretty, you know, setup AO. You could do some CQB clearing, but let's do some patrols. Let's make it a little bit more, you know, like realistic. So we're just gonna do a manual patrol over here on this hill. So we're gonna place, you know, 2 riflemen. Actually, probably because they're on patrol, it's probably rifleman light I would want for this, just because they have a little bit better stamina. Now, if we want them to patrol, we can actually hold left control as we right click, and that'll make waypoints. That'll make multiple waypoints for them. Now, if we want them to cycle through these waypoints, if we want them to, once they're done going through waypoint 1, waypoint 2, waypoint 3, if we want them to go over that waypoint again and make kind of like a circle, a cycle, then we can hold left control and alt and make it a cycle by right-clicking again. So that was, again, left control I held to make these 3 objectives with the right click, and then this one was a left control and left alt. And that will make it where you can have it where it cycles their patrol. But if you want to do a patrol automatically, Ares can do that for you pretty dang easily, and it's kind of nice how it does it. So I can actually go to Ares, AI Behaviors, click Patrol. I can put the patrol on them, and I can begin a patrol with the size of whatever I want. So if I want them to patrol around 200 meters in diameter, then I can have them patrol 200 meters. So if I want them 100 meters, this is probably a good distance I want for them patrolling the town, then I can do that. If I want the behavior of all the waypoints they're going to be relaxed or cautious or searching, I can do that as well. Relax is probably a regular patrol, so I'm going to do that. Delay at waypoints, you can actually have them stop at waypoints and sit there for a second, look around, and then have them continue. We're just not even going to do that. We're going to do this. You can also have them do like clockwise or counterclockwise, because this will be in a circle. So we can select clockwise, and these guys will actually go patrol in a clockwise formation all around the town. Now, as you can see, these waypoints are a little bit farther out, so I can actually adjust these waypoints on the fly and move them in closer to the mission AO to make it a little bit more realistic of a patrol. I'm going to move these waypoints down, and as you can see now, it's a pretty realistic patrol. You see that they're patrolling the roads, especially all around the place, and they're going to make the security a little bit better. Now, you can also do this with vehicles. So let's spawn a you know, a good, I don't know, let's spawn like a Quillen armed or something. If we spawn a Quillen armed and we have it driving around, then you can actually do the same thing. If you want it to just be patrolling a large area, then you can go patrol. I want you to patrol 200 meters and I want you to be relaxed about it. So this will just casually patrol these 200 meters areas, and he'll go and drive around. Hopefully he won't hit any objects, because AIs in Arma 3 are terrible at driving. But as you can see, he'll start making his way over to this waypoint, and he'll start, you know, patrolling the roads. And that's pretty simple. That's literally 2 clicks just to get a guy on the ground and to get him patrolling an area. So if we want to set up a lot of patrols, so if we want to make this objective really realistic, just kind of copy what I do right now. So I'm going to spawn 2 more Riflemen Light. I'm going to make them kind of patrol the area a little bit. Here, wait, actually I didn't do that correctly. Make them patrol the area. And as you can see, now they're patrolling. And we've got some guys in there. If we want to make some cars just kind of be sitting in the area to make it look like it's inhabited by the CSAT forces, we can put some Quillen armed in like a big compound here, make it look like they've been sitting here for a while. We can put some ammo trucks to the side as well that knock down a fence. But as you can see, you know, you can pretty much make an area look like a compound that is controlled by a military force. You can also set up a patrol just within this compound as well, of maybe 1 or 2 guys. Oh, they're actually connected to this guy, so let me delete him. But yeah, you can actually set a patrol of these 2 guys within 50 meters, and they'll start, you know, patrolling pretty casually just around 50 meters. And that's really nice, because then, I mean, the place looks really realistic, and to attack this town, you would actually have to face some interesting spots where, you know, you might not see this guy in this doorway, you might not know that there's guys in this building looking out the windows. There's some pretty intelligently placed AI, and that's just through a mod called Ares. That's pretty useful. Now you can actually send reinforcements, which are really nice, because it is really hard to script I guess things disembarking and things flying away once they disembarked their people and stuff. This is an automatic script. It is awesome, and it's so easy to use. So what you're gonna do is imagine a helicopter coming down and dropping like a good squad of troops. That's pretty much what we're going to do here. And then the helicopter flies away and goes back into the distance, and it disappears after, you know, it gets far enough away from your guys, so you don't really see it disappear. So we're going to create a new LZ. This is the landing zone for that helicopter. So you want it to be a pretty clear area. So we can do an LZ, and then we can do a rally point. So once they get out of the helicopter at this LZ, they can go to this rally point, which is, you know, maybe they're reinforcing this compound, so they want to go to this compound. So we also want to go and spawn the units, and we want to spawn them quite far away, because a helicopter spawning might be an instant really loud sound, so we want to make sure that this is a good, you know, mile or 2 away. So we can go here, we can do unarmed aircraft, and we can do RTB and respawn, and boom. So as you can see, we have a full Taru that is heading towards the objective that will go and land at that LZ and drop its people off, and those people will go and walk into the objective now. And that's a pretty simple script. You can do that, and it's honestly very realistic. They will come and land, they will walk towards the objective, the helicopter will fly off. It's a pretty simple basic thing to do. Now you can also spawn vehicle units. I'm not going to be doing this far away just for the sake of time, but you can actually spawn vehicle units as well. You can do, you know, armed light vehicles. This will spawn here, and what it will do, it will drop people at the same spot just like the helicopter will. This Ifrit will come over here, it'll drop people at this LZ, and then those people on foot will walk towards the rally point in the town that is right here. So as you can see, the Ifrit's going over there now. You'll be able to see it drop off people once it gets to that spot. This helicopter is landing here as well. As you can see, Ifrit is dropping off people, and once they're all dropped off, they will start heading towards that town. And this Ifrit will provide covering fire for a second, and then it should RTB and like go disappear over here. As you can see, that Ifrit's kind of causing that Taru to not know what it's doing. But as you can see, these guys are going towards the objective, and it's a pretty intelligent move. They look like they're an actual squad of guys in formation walking towards their rally point, which is really cool. See, they're all slowly hopping out. Once they're all hopped out, the helicopter leaves. and it will RTB and despawn. Now, as you can see, that helicopter brought a lot more guys than that Ifrit did, so this will be a formidable force. And that helicopter was definitely a loud object, so it gives your team, you know, time to react to it, time to possibly even take down the helicopter before it lands tons of soldiers in your area. And the soldiers will go and crowd up the rally point. So guys, that is the basic stuff, honestly. There's a lot of interesting stuff that you can try out and that you'll learn over time with MCC, with Ares as well. And they are really awesome, you know, like mods to work with, and they have made almost all of the missions that you see on my channel. So I hope you guys really like this tutorial. Hopefully that was very appreciated by you guys. If you guys would like to see more tutorials like this in the future, make sure to leave me a like and a comment in the comment section down below about what you would like me to make a tutorial off of. And I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching and have a great day. Oh, hello,
You made it!
No, this can't happen. No!
Yeah, get him, buddy!
Contact, man! 20!
Oh my god! Slow down!